Welcome to Martial Arts Explorer. I'm Scott Combs. The purpose of this series is to explore techniques as they apply to effective self-defense, revealed in classical forms of all styles. Today we're talking about down counters. Now, we refer to them as counters and not blocks because we think there's more you can do with them than just block. Therefore, the term block is somewhat limiting in our minds. There's also the argument that in classical form, blocks don't appear. They're often two-step maneuvers, which is much too slow to be used as a block. Blocking is also considered instinctual. Just throw something at somebody's head and watch them do this to protect themselves. Therefore, blocks don't need to be taught in form. Down blocks, that's what we're working on today. Let's head into the dojo and see what Mike and the crew have for us.
Thanks, Scott. Let's start off looking right away at the difference between a down counter and a down block and why we differentiate between the two. The down counter being the complex move that has two motions coming up, in, and down. The down block being the quick move using to deflect something, all right? Adam, can you join me for a second? What we're going to demonstrate now is why this makes for two different moves as opposed to just saying I could block with the down counter position. By doing this two-step move, it makes me too slow. If Adam's going to kick, and I even know it's coming, all right, I'm going to cross my hands in a chamber position, and then I'm going to work my down counter as a block, all right? He's going to pop up a quick kick, front kick from the thigh. I know what's coming. I'm going to try and block this. All right, here we go. All right, one more just to see how it looks again. All right, I'm too slow. I can't make that. I know it's coming. I still can't do a chamber and a block. Now, from here, I'm doing just the block, just the hand motion coming down straight. He goes to kick. All right, I can reach right in there. One more time. All right. Especially because I know what's coming, it makes it easy, but it shows the difference, all right? The two-step move is slow, the one-step move is faster. Thank you. So, why have a two-step move in? That's what we're going to look at. This is why it's a down counter and not a down block. We can do multiple things, lots of different ideas as to why we're making two strikes, all right? We're going to look at one simple idea, though, as how to do a finger lock using a down counter motion. If Jordan comes in and joins me, he's going to help me demonstrate this a little bit. We talk a lot about a first touch self-defense, and this is the kind of style we use. He's going to come in and he's being aggressive and he's pointing his finger, all right? Guys see this all the time. Someone comes in, they're in their face, got their finger going, all right? When he starts to get aggressive, I want to take action. I don't want to wait to be hit. I don't want to wait for him to get upset enough that he's actually going to grab me and then strike, all right? His finger's out. I'm now worried this is going to escalate. So I'm going to react to this, all right? I'm going to take my opposite hand, reach across, I'm going to grab onto this, and all we're going to do is start this down counter motion. We're going to ignore the back hand. I'm going to make the first part of my motion, which is up and in, and see his body move. That lets me know it's starting to work. I'm going to turn it back and drop it away from the body. And once again, his body reacts, and that's how I know it's working. All right? The basic idea is I'm locking up the knuckle at the base of the finger. And we're going to create that base with my hand. As he comes in, I reach out and I grab. I like to use my third finger, my ring finger in here. Some people use their pinky, some will use their index finger, all right? It depends on the size of your hand and what you personally like. So as I grab on, I lock in there, I squeeze into this knuckle, I get a good strong hold on it. Now I'm going to rotate it back under. When I rotate it, I push it back, I twist it sideways, and I come up on the armpit, and I start to wait for a little body reaction. There it is, all right? Now my third finger is squeezing on nice and tight. So when I turn it back forward, I'm able to keep this bend, which allows the same amount of pressure by holding this. If this finger comes off and his finger straightens out, I lose the lock. By pressing this down, activating and keeping it stretched, I maintain pressure. The next step is what to do. You could hold him here and wait for someone else to come help you, all right? Or wait for other people to leave the area, whatever you have to do if you have family or friends with you. But I can also bring him to the ground just by stretching him out. Now as I turn this a little bit, I can drag forward nice and slow. That way his head doesn't hit the ground, nothing gets hurt. If I needed to, I could apply techniques, I could strike. But probably from here, I could let him go and I could run, all right? By the time he gets off the ground, I got a good head start and I can make it to wherever I need to go. Thanks, Jordan. All right, so as we looked at that, you saw the two motions. One was up and in, and the other was down. And that was that down counter motion. Now, my partner was very important as I looked at how he reacted and how he moved. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of how to be a bad partner, because you're going to get this when you start to train with people. Tom's going to come in and help me out here. And a lot of times you get guys come out and you ask to work with them, all right? And they come in and sometimes they don't even know they're doing this, but you're going to come in, I'm going to start to point my finger, and if Tom's grabbing onto me, now he's going to go ahead and he's going to practice. All I'm going to do is lock my wrist, all right? Now try a little harder. Go ahead, move it in there, all right? By locking my wrist, I can defeat this, all right? That is the same with almost all techniques. They're easily defeated if you know what's going to happen. So sometimes you got to change it up. You got to surprise him a little bit. If I come in and I'm starting to poke and he grabs onto this and I'm locking up and I'm not going to let it go ahead and he goes ahead and he does something else to surprise me, all right, then it makes me move. Thanks. All right, so once he reacts, makes my mind think about something else, all right, it makes me go to the next one. But what you want to try and do is react realistically. If I was doing this and I know it's going to come, I let my body be positioned so I start to react. Well, from here, this hurts, so I'm up on my toes, and he knows what to keep doing, and he can move me and position me wherever he wants. All right? So this way, you get a good reaction, and you start to learn the technique, all right? You do not want to work with someone who's going to fight you the whole way. You're not going to learn very much. Thank you. All right. And lastly, just to show you a little size difference, Kelly's going to jump on up here. Tom, being about the same size and strength, was able to do this, all right? All he had to do was distract me. Now, with Kelly being a little bit smaller than me and I'm being a little bit stronger, if I'm coming up and in, she might have to also distract me with something. All right, as I come in and she starts to grab right off the bat, she should pop right into a kick. All right, go into it. So I'm in here and I got a hold of it, take it down, and you start to move them out from there. All right, so that's very important. Always realize that there might be a minor and a major technique. My major technique is my down counter, all right, using the finger lock. My minor technique might be a foot stomp, it might be a shin strike, it might be just fingers in the face, distracting somebody. Sometimes size and strength plays a little difference into how these techniques work. Feel free to adapt them and use them as you need to make them work, because if it doesn't work, it doesn't do you any good. Thank you. All right, one person, hold the finger out. Other person is going to reach cross-handed and grab, tilt it back up underneath to the armpit. Yep. Maintain pressure, rotate down, and start to drag forward and apply a little stretch. Good. Grab this, make sure you get that base right against that finger. Okay, rotate it back to our armpit. Come in this way more, okay? Now lift her up on her toes. Good. Now rotate her down and out before you break it. There we go. Good. See that shriek of pain? That's what we want. All right, why don't Caitlin, why don't you give it a try now? Good. Twist them out, pull them through. Good. Now remember, you can change directions too. Change directions, you can stretch them out, and you can drop them down anywhere you want. Why don't you try a direction changer this time, okay? Bring them up, bring them sideways, bring them back. There you go, stretch them down. That was nice. All right, that's a quick look at down counters using them as a finger lock. There's lots of different ideas you can use. That's just one quick one. Thanks for joining us. Practice safe and have fun. Back to Scott.
If you'd like to practice this technique with a partner, use caution. You want to make it work, but you don't want to injure your friend. And we're not responsible for any injuries that may result. We'd love to get your email. Send it to explorer@fullcirclemartialarts.org. For Martial Arts Explorer and Michael Kleinepeer, I'm Scott Combs.